Catholics are blessed just like the 12 apostles. And why do I say that? Because like the 12 apostles, Catholics are invited to participate in the Last Supper. Blessed are Catholics who are called to the supper of the Lamb. Blessed like the 12 apostles. Jesus had hundreds, if not thousands, of disciples, those who believed and followed him, but only 12, his closest friends, were invited to a most intimate gathering the night before Jesus was to suffer and die, at the Last Supper. Only 12 saw Jesus take bread and give thanks, broke it, and then heard him say, "This is my body, which will be given up for you. Do this in memory of me. And this cup is the new covenant in my blood, which will be poured out for you." Only 12 were invited the first time. But Catholics, those 12 have nothing on you because you are invited to this supper along with them. You are blessed like the 12 apostles. It was at the Last Supper where Jesus initiated the Eucharist. With the 12 present, he says, "This is my body, and this is my blood, and do this in memory of me." He said this only to the apostles, but those words should sound familiar to you because it's what the priest says at every Mass during the consecration, when the bread becomes Jesus' body and the wine becomes Jesus' blood, because Jesus said, "Do this in memory of me." The 12 apostles were the first ones invited to the Eucharistic meal, and we are now called and invited. How humbling. You are blessed like the 12 apostles. What was once experienced by only 12 is now offered to millions of Catholics every day. Just as the 12 were not worthy, we are certainly not worthy as well. The climax of the Mass for me is when the Eucharist is raised by the priest and he says, "Behold the Lamb of God. Behold him who takes away the sins of the world. Blessed are those called to the supper of the Lamb." And then we respond, "Lord, I am not worthy that you should enter under my roof, but only say the word and my soul shall be healed." We are not worthy. How can we be? But Jesus is so gracious, so giving, that he offers himself to us in the most intimate way imaginable. You are blessed like the 12 apostles. The most intimate gathering Jesus had with his 12 apostles was at the Last Supper, where he miraculously changed bread into his body and wine into his blood. And they likely didn't even understand what Jesus had done for them. But we do know. We know through the constant teaching of his church. The next time you go to Mass, be in awe at the miracle that happens during the consecration as the priest stands in the person of Christ, as bread becomes his body and wine becomes his blood. You are blessed like the apostles. May God bless you on your Catholic faith journey.